Hello, hello. I'm just going to take a photo real quick of us.
Oh, okay.
Oh, wait, I should probably look up and not at the computer. Sorry to everyone if I'm looking down. Computer is down here, camera is up here, so I'll do my best. So while we're waiting for a little bit, what are you reading?
I just finished The Royals Next Door by Karina Halley. So it's a light rom-com by her.
I
So
think I
I
tried
started
to read that.
I started and ended with I bookended my month with Karina Halley. So I read The Ship of the Broken
Oh,
Seas and that was the last book. I just finished it today.
I
So
think I tried to listen to that on audiobook and I didn't like it.
I read it physically. I did read the audiobook a little bit, but I liked it. I think I'll probably do a 4-star, but
Yeah.
it was good.
Hmm.
It was really cute. It's not like anything revolutionary or anything, but it's just a light, fun rom-com.
That's the contemporary royal, and she's trying to get home, and the road's blocked off because they're royals or something, right? And she gets mad.
Well, yeah, they block off her driveway because they security kind of a thing. They got the bodyguard guy, so it's like the bodyguard and like you could definitely tell the royals are kind of geared towards more Harry and Meghan, so it's kind of cool.
Yeah,
But yeah, she's a school teacher, so
yeah.
it's all in British Columbia.
Uh,
So yeah,
I
it was
just
good.
DNF'd it because it's contemporary. It didn't grab me.
Yeah, it's one of those like contemporary rom-coms that I enjoyed like in high school and such, so it still kind of gave me that. It was kind of cute little rom-com feeling, but it was still it's a good, I want to say, palate cleanser type book.
I,
So yeah.
I say that, but I'm actually reading a contemporary rom com right now, and I'm actually enjoying it. I'm reading an arc of Taste Like Shakar by Nisha Sharma. It's the
Okay.
follow-up to Dating Dr. Dill last year or the year before that, maybe.
I have that book. I haven't read it yet.
It's cute. It's really funny. I love Nisha Sharma's humor in it. Although I will say, like in the first one, he very randomly talks to his penis and he gives it a name, and it's weird.
What
That
is
part
up
is
with that?
weird, but the rest, but the rest of the book is fine.
That's funny.
Yeah, that was the one part that was weird. And then and this one is like one of the cousins or something, and she is a wedding planner, and he's the chef, and they're both best friends to the bride and groom, and something happened like the year before where they're enemies a little bit and they have to work together and that kind of thing. So, and then there's aunties, there's like this family dynamic with the aunties, and yeah, I'm enjoying it. I really am.
Yeah, I
But I'm
saw
only like
your, I think your,
halfway.
yeah, I saw your Instagram. You said you wish you had aunties like them, and like it was making really, really hungry for Indian.
Oh my God. Seriously. It was making me so hungry. I haven't had dinner yet tonight. So now that I think about it again, now my mouth is already watering. All
Oh, come on. Do you
right. Should
have
we get
any?
into it?
Yeah, do you have an Indian place near you?
I do. We have a few, and they're all
I think
pretty good. I mean, nothing is better than homemade, of course, but
mm-hmm.
one of my friends is Indian, and when I went to her wedding, oh my God, she had the best food. And it was just like all the, I don't know if you've ever been to an Indian wedding, but they all have like a lot of little events. So everything at her house was made by like the entire family. And like, it was just so delicious and homey and comfortable. And it was just really cool. All right.
Right.
So, A Loving Scoundrel. What did you rate it?
I
You
read Step Back.
it.
I
Show me.
found it at Half Price Books.
Oh, that's not my favorite, but it's
It's
not
okay.
bad.
It's not horrible, but yeah, I found it at Half Price Books, and I was trying to get the physical one. So I actually think I'm going to rate this a 5-star for me. So I actually really
Wow.
enjoyed
I'm
it.
giving it
So
a 4.
okay,
but I don't remember
Yeah.
why I'm giving it a 4. I can't remember what's bad about it because I read this 2 weeks ago already, and I need to stop doing that. But I remember I really enjoyed it. So yeah, this was one of the better ones for me.
Yeah, this time I think it's a different narrator, but this time I read it physically, and I did also tandem read with audiobooks, like for my commute to work and such, but definitely a better narrator this time. That's for sure.
Yes,
I think that
yes.
affected it.
And
So,
we'll just go into like why we like it, like what worked for us. For me, I liked both the hero and the heroine. I think I really enjoyed them both, like the
mhm.
girl and the guy. And then the first beginning part of it, like started off with a bang with her like as a kid or whatever getting amnesia and somebody was shot and it was so like right it got into it right away. So
Mhm.
and I really loved
Yeah,
it.
I think yeah, I figured you like it because it's got, the what do you call it, in disguise, heroine in
Yes,
disguise kind of a thing. So I loved
yes.
it. And then
You know I love it. I'm a sucker for a heroine in disguise. But he knows like she's a she the entire
yeah,
time. Like and
yeah,
he
definitely.
uses that.
Yeah, just like
He
his dad
definitely
did for Georgie.
yes, just exactly like father like son. Um I loved their banter in this.
Mm-hmm. It's
They
good.
had such good banter. And one of the lines that really was funny to me was I forget who he was talking to, but the other guy was like, or he was like, she wants nothing to do with me. And in his head, he's thinking, that's such an odd statement. Because, like, everybody wants him. So, like, her wanting nothing to do with him was just like, oh, what?
More of a chase there.
And then the whole time, he's kind of rakish, but yet she starts treating him like a rake too, like she's a rake, and he doesn't like it. So she kind of like turns the tables on him a little bit. And I really liked that. He was like, this is
Yeah.
not cool at all. What about
Yeah,
you?
I think I definitely loved Danny's character and of course Jeremy. Their banter and was great. Um, and this is where and also the whole suspense part of it, like this is where it works for me, where it's just like I don't know, it's perfectly balanced between their romance and that kind of like mystery of who she is and the suspense of who oh the bad guy. I don't remember his name. I just read this like what, a couple days ago. I don't remember his name anymore. And then I also liked really like that remembered rereading this why it was such a favorite is like I literally almost teared up because the whole connection with her mom and finding her mom
The
that's like a personal
Claire's
yeah
baby
it's
thing. Yeah.
yeah it's like such a personal thing for me because I had very like similar thing almost in the fact of like that not knowing who your mom is and that whole thing and for Danny, it kind of wrapped up nice and neat, and yet still
Mm-hmm.
it was sad because she lost that time. But mine was like did not end up that way, so I never like
Aww.
she passed away. So and I'm like that's like it brought up a little bit of like a trigger for me a little bit. Like oh,
I
like
definitely think it needed a trigger warning because that was a hard scene. Like that was probably the most emotional scene. I even though I don't have any experience with that scene, but yeah, that was a hard scene. But I
yeah,
still
it was.
I
Mhm,
still really loved it.
mhm. But yeah, I think that's what makes it so I guess impactful because it felt like it was coming from a real place kind of thing and it's very believable and her reactions were believable and then at the same time I felt sad because heaven forbid she didn't actually look like her mom like to make it obvious so
Right.
yeah
The bad guy in this one was the
his
the
cousin
thief leader, right?
No, it was his father's like second cousin. Like he was that, yeah, he was that thief guy that was that she discovered he who was stealing from everyone, but he
That's right.
was utilizing somebody else to do it for him. But at that
That's right.
house party, he tried to do it himself. Um, Became desperate enough, but I guess he was like some sort of lost long like cousin or whatever, and that hated her dad and murdered them. So I'm like, that's kind of gruesome. I'm like, a full on, that's something you would think like a horror story of in the news of a mass murder kind of thing. So like
Yeah,
servants
my
and
legs are already falling asleep. Um, this one had like the right balance of their relationship and family. Like it
mhm.
wasn't too much either way, to be
Yeah,
honest.
definitely it was a lot better this time around, and I liked seeing more of Reggie in there. That was really funny, and the whole
Oh my
lovable
gosh,
scoundrel.
the makeover
Oh
scene,
yes.
or yeah, I got Princess Diary vibes right away.
And I would like I was full on picturing like all the purple, the amethyst, like tiara. I'm like, oh, she would look gorgeous. I'm like, she's in violet eyes. I'm like,
Yeah, I was getting such Princess Diaries vibes, and I was like, okay, I can deal with this. I see where this is going. So let me see. So we are doing all of Johanna Lindsey's books in the Mallory Anderson series, one a month. Um, what book is this? 7?
8? No, is it? No, it's 7. Yeah, it is 7.
It's
8 is
7
August, so
because
yeah, it matches.
we skipped the Christmas book in June. So we're on book 7, and then we do actually already have the live setup for next month, which is Captive of My Desires. So if you want to put notifications on for that, that's what we'll be reading next month. And I won't read it 2 weeks beforehand this time.
Yeah, I guess I sometimes I forget to make an actual post on YouTube on it to just go live. So what to do?
I do
I'll have to
too,
do better.
because I kind of consider this like very informal. Like we're just like having a conversation together, like you and me. So
Yeah.
it's like, why
Hmm.
not do it on YouTube? So did
Right.
anything not work for you?
Um, I know there was some like dubious consent, but it really didn't bother me. But it was still, I don't know. Why to me it was like a 5 star because it's basically practically nothing that was didn't work for me. So I can't think of anything that wasn't. At least the villain guy didn't feel too mustache twirly in this one, and I think
Mm-mm.
not
Nothing like the last one with the
yeah.
dungeon.
Yeah, which I think I might reread that one physically sometime, just because like I really think that narrator like messed it really did not do any favors for me on that experience.
Yeah. I can't say that I want to read any of these physically though. I think I am enjoying the audiobooks, even though sometimes the narrator doesn't work for me, but
Yeah,
I don't know.
I just think that they are fun to listen to as an audiobook though, because I do enjoy them more. And for me, I've started to realize if I slow it down, like 1.25, 1.4 is like the fastest, I feel like I get more of the um, impact of it. It feels, what's it called? Processing it kind of a thing. So
I'm
it
just
was,
so used to
yeah.
like the female narrators with historical
Yeah.
romance, and then this being a male narrator, right? This one was male too, right?
No, this one was female the one I
Okay,
listened to.
the one before was male, and I
Yeah, it
think
was in
that's
there.
why it
Yeah.
was weird.
It felt like he was like almost mocking the women every time he tried to do their
Yes.
voice. That's why it was irritating. Like
Yeah,
I don't need
it
to be
really
mocked.
was. But I think Gentle Rogue definitely still my top one, and then this is second.
Definitely.
Yeah,
Yeah,
this is
definitely.
for sure second best. It just apparently didn't stick in my brain. If I didn't have my notes, I didn't remember her name. And I didn't remember his name. But that's
I
like
never remember the
normal.
name.
I
Yeah.
don't remember even my 5-star
Yep.
books. Like my brain just I can't hold names. I have to look them up all the time.
It has to be a book that I basically have reread, but even when upon reread, you forget the details, but you remember the feeling in certain scenes and things like that. So
Yes. Like the Claire's baby scene, definitely for this one is the most memorable. That and her being a thief, having this very
that
like
was good.
Cockney accent, and her having to try to remember her death, which I thought was cool that they didn't just like have her automatically remember how to speak proper English. Like it really took time in the book for her to remember, and I thought that was
Yeah, it
cool.
was believable. It was really believable, and it felt which I think is why I like um class difference and this whole My Fair Lady vibe. I'm like, I love it. I don't know what it is, but it was like it felt very My Fair Lady, like the reminders of. And then they even said though, if she didn't actually have that come from that, that she probably wouldn't have been able to remember as quickly as she was able to on how to speak proper English, I should say. But yeah,
Yeah. I
from
wanted her to
having,
do a little bit more stealing.
of course,
Like maybe that's the habit she couldn't break, but it's okay. Can't
but
have everything.
she didn't like stealing. She always
That's
never, she just inherently didn't like it, had to doing that. But it was better than having to be on her back, she said.
that's true. She dodged that bullet from being a good
Hmm.
thief. What is it?
Well, hiding
Oh,
herself,
oh.
disguising herself as a boy, yeah, that saved her.
Okay. What about their kiss, where he pretends to be drunk?
Oh my gosh, I forgot. Yes. I'm like, really, dude? And like, when she finds out,
She's so mad. He's like, well, he says the whole time he's like, "Oh, I'm whatever," and he says he doesn't get drunk. My husband, he's like came in to tell me dinner's ready, and he's forgot. Um, um he says the whole time that he doesn't get drunk easily. So it's like, why she didn't remember that? She was like, oh man,
I guess he put on quite the performance to be believable. But even she even said she don't think she smelled much alcohol on him, so that's
yeah,
kind of funny.
yeah, it was a good one, and it was a good
Oh, yeah.
kiss too. Like it was a good first kiss. So
I like how she didn't let him walk all over her and stuff. Like she stuck up for herself. So
yeah, she definitely had more of a backbone than some of the other heroines. She wasn't just a damsel, you know.
and she was just funny. I feel like I laughed a lot more in this one. I don't know. It's just hilarious. Um,
Mm-hmm.
and the cook and the other maid and just it felt very found family like too as well.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. See, I forgot about them. So bad. I'm sorry.
Oh, that's funny.
Oh my god. I will try to remember the next one because I didn't even write a review for this book yet. I have my notes
Yeah, I never
and I
do.
remember really enjoying it. And usually I like when I'm done, even though I don't want to post it until we do our live, I'll at least type it out and keep it in my notes app, but I didn't even do that. So now I'm like, maybe I just won't write a review. Just like, it was a 4.
Yeah, I don't know, there wasn't too much to say, so I'll probably just write a very small one, probably about the ending and the banter and
And I feel weird saying that. Like it's a 4, but I don't remember it. Like, should it still be a 4 if I don't remember it? But to me, it still is because it's a moment in time.
Mhm. Yeah.
I don't know. How do you feel about that? Will you do you re-rate books like after a while, after you think about them a while? Like maybe you're like, oh, maybe I don't
Maybe
remember
like near
anything
the
about
end
it.
of the month, maybe. But I think there's only been a couple of times where I've done that, where I'm like, because you read something that does a very similar thing that was actually better. At the same
Mm,
time, at that moment in time, you're like, that's what you were feeling. So you can't, I don't know. It depends on, I think there's no reason why somebody couldn't change their rating if they, especially upon reread or something. But I mean, there ain't no set, there isn't no set rules. I say you
no,
do what you
no
want.
rules. Yeah, who's gonna stop me, right? I think like for me personally, like I'll re-rate it if I fully read the book, like, and then I'll just update my review like upon reread, like when I've done. I think I've done that with Akatar, the Akatar series. Um, but most of the time I stick with the same review, so I'm just like, okay, like yeah, sounds good. I haven't really read a book that I reread and thought much differently about, I guess.
Yeah, the only one that to me was shocking was the one we just read, like last month. Well, not last month, but in May.
Yeah.
The oh gosh, Say You Love Me. That's the only one that I like when it got worse, which
The
that's
one that I
been
actually
the time
have.
difference is significant since the last read. So
Remember, like I didn't even know that I had it.
which one is that? Oh yeah, that
Just
one.
say you
Yeah.
love me. And you know what? I don't even really like this. I like the step back, but I don't like the guy.
Somebody
The
did some
guy
weird like
creeps
shading
me
in there.
out. Creeps me out. I like the roses and the pink, but that's about it. Oh my
Oh, that's
god.
funny.
Anyways, I didn't even know I had that.
Dude, I totally oh gosh. I think it's No Choice But Seduction. It's not I think it's the September book. I totally thought that I bought The Captive of My Desires when I was at Half Price Books. I must have thought it was that and didn't see that I grabbed the wrong one. So now I have two No Choice But Seduction editions. So now I'm like, hey, if you don't have a copy,
I
would you
don't I
sell?
don't think I have that one. Yeah.
I think it has a step back, I think. Yeah. So I'm like, you want
If you want to send it to me, I will gladly take.
I think I have
I
another
don't
I'll
feel
take a
like you
picture of some
have to,
other
of
ones
course.
I have. Well, I figured I was like, somebody probably wants this. I'm like, I don't not someone who will appreciate it.
I don't feel like you have to send it to me because I'm still gonna read all these books on audiobook for our read along.
That's
So
fun.
yeah. I don't
Hey, I
thrift
read most
that
of mine on
much.
Kindle nowadays, and I still buy the book physically.
You know what? I have been really good and I haven't bought any books in more than a month. And I'm very proud of myself.
There you
I
go.
did set up 2 pre-orders, but that's it.
Yeah,
But they're
I'm
like for November and January.
okay. Is it the same one? Iron Flame and the third one in Crescent City? Is that what?
No. Iron Flame, yes. But it's Danielle L. Jensen's newest Viking
Okay.
romance.
I don't think I've read
Viking
anything by
fantasy
her.
romance. The Bridge Kingdom? Have you never read The Bridge Kingdom?
No, it's all my TPR. I swear. It's so many books, so little time. It's all my TBR.
Stop
I'm,
everything and read The Bridge Kingdom. That is one of my favorite enemies to lovers books. So
okay,
good.
well,
I think you'll love it.
I read a ship of Bones and Teeth for you, so I think
It's way
you
not
didn't
as
steer
like
me wrong there.
or as weird or gory.
That's fine.
But
Hey, that was
the
still a
Bridge,
4 star for me.
yeah. Do you know what the Bridge Kingdom's about?
I know it's enemies to lovers, but that's the only thing I can remember. I think she's trying to murder him or something like that. I can't remember.
She's trained as an assassin with her other like 12 or 13 sisters from a very young age to marry the king of the Bridge Kingdom so that they can infiltrate the Bridge Kingdom and take their kingdom, basically.
Oh, okay.
Because nobody can get,
That's the word.
it's like on this island, and there's a shark, no, there's like sharks in the water, and then there's Snake Island, and yeah,
Okay.
it's good.
I'll have to add it to my, I'll have to add it to my
It's
fall TBR.
yeah,
Like
it's
it.
also a bit political, so I will say that too.
Okay.
But yeah, fantasy romance, not terribly spicy, but there's like a couple short scenes.
Okay.
So, yeah. Anyways, off topic. But yeah, she's Danielle L. Jensen. She's coming out with a brand new Viking romance in January or February, so I pre-ordered that one.
Okay.
I thought I had pre-ordered Knockout from Sarah McLean, but apparently I didn't. But I'm gonna buy it anyways. So that'll be my one book in the last 6 weeks that I buy.
Yeah, I'm gonna write out. I think I might join like Hannah Blackwell's like book
Book
buying
book
banathon
banathon.
thing. I say book buying, so I'm like, it doesn't want to sound like we're banning books, but
It does sound like we're banning books. No, or we're reading banned books. But no, we're just trying to read the books that we already own. So we're on a book buying ban.
yeah,
I should do that.
I did pick up 5 like mass paperbacks. But I picked up Yours Until Dawn from Teresa Medeiros out of that, and it's like I didn't pass it up, so I might. I
That's a
broke it
good
a little
step
bit.
back.
It's okay.
I need to do this. No, by July,
Oh, okay.
but not for books, for like everything else.
Right.
Shopping a little too much, and then I have back to school shopping this month coming up. So,
Oh, yeah, me too.
uh,
Although I think my sister's actually coming up, so we might do a little take her book thrift shopping. 'Cause she doesn't have any of there, so I'm like, oh, I'm gonna break it and just get.
I don't have very many like thrift book options around here, and I so miss like going thrift book shopping. Like there's one used bookstore that I really like that has a really good romance section, but it's like I kind of need to go there by myself because otherwise everyone else is just waiting around doing nothing for like an hour.
I know.
So everyone else
That
doesn't read.
that drives me nuts too, because like my husband's like, okay, but I'm like, I just need to look because the one time to go with me, like at a half price books because it was far and he didn't want me driving, by myself because it was in a kind of questionable area. And I'm like, okay, I can't have you guys there. I just felt rushed. I'm like, I can't take my time to actually look.
I feel rushed. Yeah, I feel like I need to do it quickly because I don't like.
How's everything?
I don't like when people have to wait on me. So it's like I always feel
Yeah.
like I've got to like go quickly. So it's okay. I'll go there by myself one day. It's okay. Maybe just not in the next couple of months.
I know. It's gonna get really busy here soon with back to school and everything, so I know I'm just gonna have to read my physical TBR.
Yep. So, because we're reading historical romances next month, are you reading all historical romances next month for the Romance Readathon?
No, I'm reading at least 2. One that's like a historical fantasy one and romance, and then one that's the sci-fi romance. So Starbright, that new one by Tracy Wolff. So I'm actually starting that one.
Oh,
Right.
Starbringer.
Starbright. I don't know why I said Starbright.
I want to read that too. Is that historical? No, that's not historical. That's just
That'll
sci-fi.
just be sci-fi romance, yeah.
Gotcha.
But
I want to read that. Okay, I'm going to be watching your Instagram then. Because I want to know how it is. I know someone who already read it in the Discord and they did not enjoy it as much. But
yeah.
I don't know. You know me, I like everything. So
I'm like, oh, I don't know. I'll put my expectations low just so if it is bad, I'm not disappointed. So.
yeah.
But
So
yeah.
I mean, I have the audio for Captive of My Desires already, but I'm gonna hold off on reading that till closer to our next live, which is, when is it again? The 27th?
27th, yeah, Sunday the 27th. And I will probably be doing mine from an ebook from the Libby app and the audiobook if I can get that one too.
Okay, you'll have to tell me how it is with the physical version then. We'll talk about it then.
Yeah.
Well, I don't have anything else to say about this book because I can't remember anything about it. So, do you have anything else?
I think that was about it. I think it was just I read it really fast, surprisingly.
I read it super fast too.
Mm-hmm.
Like in a day and a half.
Yeah, like 2 days for me, yeah.
And I was really engaged the whole time. I just don't know why I don't remember a lot of it. But I remember there's a one bed trope.
Wait, when was the one bed trope? When was it?
I don't know, because that was my last note that I wrote about it. I just put one bed, all caps.
Oh, I think it might have been when they were traveling when they picked her up from the thing.
Yeah.
I think. Mom, my memory's horrible. I literally just read it. Like,
this was the worst discussion ever. Let me talk about this book that I don't remember. Okay, I'm still gonna give it a 4. All right. Well, so I think we'll keep this one short today because I'm ready to eat dinner.
Okay. Yeah, and I'm ready to get started for going to bed.
All right.
On that book. But I think it's what? Captive of My Desires. I think it's kind of like a piratey-ish.
It is pirate.
Okay.
It is pirate. So awesome. I'm ending. It's okay. All right. Someone's looking at me, so I gotta go. All right. All right. Bye.
Bye.